international business. The product we have chosen is Festive Cookies by Noraini, and the country we have chosen is Auckland, New Zealand. The founder of Noraini is Madam Haja Noraini binti Ahmad, and it was founded in 1984, where a group of housewives together starts to bake cookies. Noraini Cookies Worldwide Sendirian Berhad is located at Jalan Mare U5, Shah Alam, Selangor. The company's vision is to achieve high standard quality control, build brand image and brand equity through effective marketing, achieve sustainable supplies to the market, and to produce dozens type of cookies in order to cover various market segments. Noraini offer more than 15 types of festive cookies to their consumers. Other than festive cookies, the other products of Noraini are daily cookies, pre-mixed spices, ketupat or can be called as rice cube, and canned foods. The ingredients used by Noraini are flour, eggs, sugar, butter, milk, essences, dried coconut, cocoa powders, cereal, oats, organic grains and organic dry fruits, syrups and emulsifier. Noraini's festive cookies target market is people who are celebrating festivals including Hari Raya, Deepavali and Chinese New Year. The price of the Noraini's festive cookies per box starts from Rm20 until Rm35. There is a sales offer as buy 5 box free 1 box. The benefits of Noraini's festive cookies is the cookies do have halal certification, it can be consumed by diabetic patients, and also it is easy to purchase. So far, Noraini had entered into international markets where it exports its products to 4 different countries. The first is United Kingdom and followed by Dubai, Vietnam and Singapore. From traditional handmade cookies, Noraini has transformed to be a multi-million cookie maker with high facilities, where Noraini has grown into a Malaysian brand for premium cookies.
What is the food culture in New Zealand? Food in daily life was based on meat, potato, climate vegetable and fruits in season, bread, dairy products and fish. There were less choices of cookies in New Zealand. Even during Christmas festival, they had Christmas pudding as a dessert, not cookies. There is an occasion baked such as hot cross bun where it is available only during Easter. In New Zealand household, dinner is the main meal of the day when the families gather together on the evening. The growth of food culture in New Zealand. Meat and 3 vegetables was the staple family diet in New Zealand. In the late 18th century, Maori food has been adopted quickly from the Europeans' arrival at New Zealand. Maori food is based on food grown from the land such as pumpkin, potatoes, wheat and sugar. By the 1960s, the New Zealanders were allowed to travel more freely, where the British influence on the New Zealand cuisine had increased. In 1980s, the arrival of Asian migrants, New Zealand cookies expand to include Thai, Japanese, Malaysian, Vietnamese and Chinese cuisines. Peter Garden, the contemporary chief of New Zealand, has been taken the local cuisine to the international level by introducing fusion cooking with combine of best local ingredients. The cookie beer is the only cookies that had ruled the market since 1930s until now, with a little changes in packaging. Less than 30 years, cookies has been consumed widely by the people due to the Danish butter cookies taste. The main factors which will help us to make our Noraini's cookies is that the New Zealanders do not afraid to give a taste on new products.
Ideology of New Zealand. Relationship between Malaysia and New Zealand. One of the olden relationship in Southeast Asia. This year, the both countries celebrating their 60th anniversary of relationship. Rules and regulation on import goods. The rules come under the Custom and Excise Act 1996. Regarding on importing the cookies, we have to get the authority from the Ministry of Privacy Industry, which legalized under Food Act 1981. The purpose of this fact is to protect the health of the public by controlling the importation and manufacture. Standards and technical regulation. All the products sold in New Zealand must be safe. Our Noraini's cookies should propose their new work at ISO, International Organization of Standardization. All the ISO members will be invited to consider the proposal and indicate their approval of the area of standardization. Tax and custom consideration. Goods brought into New Zealand for business purpose will be liable for custom duty and other applicable fees. By submitting on import entry clearance, duty and charges must be correct so that the invoice will be issued. The custom charges can be paid by cash or deferred payment scheme, which valid up to 7 weeks.
There are few steps need to follow to import the cookies. Firstly, we need to complete an import entry on the online system Trade Single Window. Next, we have to get customs and biosecurity clearance, followed by request for food safety clearance. Get the cookies to inspected, sampled and tested by Ministry of Primary Industry at New Zealand. Lastly, our cookies will be ready to sold after get the food safety clearance from the ministry. The products entered New Zealand market should be labeled in English and Maori language with their true descriptions, content specification and the product issue date and its expiration date.
Consumer prices in New Zealand increased to 1.7% in a year in the second quarter of 2017. Market expectations of 1.9%, down from 22% in the previous period, which was the highest in 5 years. The top income tax rate is 33% and the top corporate tax is 28%. Other taxes included GST and environmental taxes as burden equal to 32.4% of total domestic income. Government spending has amounted to 42.4% of total output over the past 3 years. The budget deficits have averaged of 0.5% of GDP, and the public debt is equivalent to 30.4% of GDP. Trade is important to New Zealand's economy. The value of exports and imports taken together equals to 55% of GDP and the average applied tariff rate is 1.3%. The GDP per capita in New Zealand was last recorded at 36,842 US dollar in 2016. The GDP per capita is equivalent to 292% of the world average. Nominal GDP in New Zealand is updated quarterly, where it reached 48.3 US dollar in March 2017. In the latest reports, New Zealand GDP expanded 2% in March 2017. Its GDP deflector increased 4% and its gross saving rate was measured at 27.5% in March 2017. People at New Zealand is used to Asian culture foods. In addition, New Zealanders consumes cookies as snacks, so this will be a plus factor to Noraini's cookies.
So, the Noraini's worldwide Sundarian Berhad project on entering New Zealand markets result is positive.
Based on the analysis made, Noraini's cookies do not have pressure for localization because all the cookies are same by ingredients and different by taste. Other than that, Noraini's festival cookies has less pressure for cost reduction because there were no substitute for Asian type cookies at New Zealand. The business strategy that Noraini Cookies will use is international because it will be in introduction level at New Zealand and it looks unique in taste wise compared to those cookies in New Zealand. The entry strategy that we suggest to Noraini's cookies is FDI because the product we brought in is food where it do not need a physical presence at New Zealand. The cookies can be sold at hypermarkets and supermarkets as well.
The distribution channel that Noraini's worldwide Sundarian Berhad have to use is the fourth channel, where there will be a producer, agent, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. So there is a three type of intermediaries between the producer and the consumer. How do Noraini's advertise its festive cookies? Firstly, they can use sales promotion during festivals. Other than that, they can use billboards. And lastly, they could give samples of cookies to be tasted.
Created using Powtoon.